Most stroke prevention advice centers around what you should cut out of your diet. But what if I told you the most powerful tool for protecting your health isn't something to remove, but something to add to your morning routine? It's not a new medication or some pricey superfood, but a familiar ingredient you likely already have sitting in your kitchen right now. At the end of this video, I'll reveal a little-known expert tip: how combining two everyday spices can make one of them up to 2,000% more powerful in fighting the silent inflammation that fuels your risk of stroke. Before we continue, let me share a story, one that might feel familiar. Sylvia is 78 years old and lives in a bustling town in Tennessee, a place where mornings are filled with the sounds of honking cars, hurried footsteps, and the smell of fresh pastries drifting from corner cafes. Every day at exactly 7 a.m., she walks into a small diner on Main Street. She always sits at the same window table, the one with the perfect view of the street, where school buses rumble by and parents rush their kids off to class. In front of her, a black coffee and a slice of toast. The same order she's had for more than 30 years. She never needs to say a word. The young waitress knows exactly what to bring. But a few months ago, something changed. A routine checkup showed plaque building up in Sylvia's arteries. Her doctor didn't mince words. "You haven't had a stroke yet, but your body is waving a red flag." The next morning, Sylvia took her usual seat, watching the blur of morning life pass outside the window. But this time, she quietly skipped the toast. She chose a bowl of warm oatmeal, topped it with berries, and drizzled a little olive oil on top, just like her daughter had gently encouraged after the appointment. No one in the diner noticed, but to Sylvia, it felt like a powerful decision. Sometimes the biggest changes in our health begin with the smallest of choices, like a quiet breakfast in the middle of a busy street corner.
Number 1. The oatmeal and olive oil bowl. The Mediterranean secret to upgrading your breakfast's stroke prevention power is extra virgin olive oil. Your first reaction might be skepticism, as we typically reserve it for salads. However, adding a spoonful of olive oil to your oatmeal isn't for taste, it's to leverage a potent biological weapon. This power comes from a compound called oleocanthal, which acts as a natural anti-inflammatory. Chronic inflammation is a root cause of strokes because it stiffens artery walls, making them prone to plaque buildup. By soothing this inflammation each morning, oleocanthal helps keep your blood vessels smooth and flexible, much like a clear highway, reducing the risk of dangerous blood clots. However, olive oil doesn't work in isolation. This breakfast is a perfect example of synergy. Think of it as a specialized team working in unison. Oatmeal serves as the cleanup crew. Its unique beta-glucan fiber forms a gel in your gut that traps and helps eliminate bad cholesterol from your body. Seeds like chia and flax add extra fiber and plant-based omega-3s. Meanwhile, berries act as the defense team. Their antioxidants are like a rust-proof coating, protecting the delicate lining of your arteries from damage. Together, they form a comprehensive defense strategy, actively removing threats while fortifying and protecting your vital circulatory pathways. Preparation is simple. Cook half a cup of oatmeal, steel-cut or rolled oats work well, with water or milk. Once cooked, stir in 1 tablespoon of chia or flax seeds, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and top with half a cup of berries. Finally, and most importantly, drizzle 1 tablespoon of olive oil over the top and enjoy. This is my number 1 choice because of its unique anti-inflammatory strength. But our bodies thrive on variety, and relying on a single meal is never the best strategy. The other 4 breakfasts on this list aren't just alternatives. They target different yet equally critical pathways to protect you from stroke. Consider this. What if your primary concern isn't just inflammation, but specifically high blood pressure? Or perhaps you're looking for a source of omega-3s that your body can use more directly and effectively than the kind found in flaxseed.
Number 2. The smoked salmon and avocado toast. We often hear about omega-3s from plant sources like flax or chia seeds, and they are indeed good for you. But there's a crucial difference that your body understands very well, and it's the key to this breakfast's power. Plant-based omega-3s, called ALA, are like a high-quality car parts kit. They have potential, but your body has to do the hard work of assembling them into the more powerful, active forms called EPA and DHA. This conversion process, unfortunately, is quite inefficient. This breakfast takes a clever shortcut. By using salmon, you are giving your body the fully assembled, ready-to-go engines of EPA and DHA directly. Why does this make such a big difference in stroke prevention? First, EPA and DHA are incredibly effective at lowering triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood. High triglycerides can increase your risk of atherosclerosis, the plaque buildup that hardens and narrows your arteries. By lowering them, you're helping to keep your body's pipes clear. Second, these marine-based omega-3s have a more potent anti-inflammatory effect, complementing the benefits we saw from olive oil. They help soothe the artery walls and reduce the risk of dangerous blood clots. In this meal, the avocado isn't just a creamy base. It provides heart-healthy monounsaturated fats and a significant dose of potassium, which helps balance blood pressure. This is all served on a slice of whole-grain toast, which provides the necessary fiber to slow digestion and keep your blood sugar stable. Elegance doesn't require complexity. Toast one slice of 100% whole-grain bread until golden brown. While it's toasting, gently mash about a quarter of a ripe avocado. Spread the mashed avocado on the warm toast. Finally, top it with 1 or 2 slices of quality smoked salmon. For an extra boost of flavor and benefits, you can add a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Your simple, yet incredibly powerful breakfast is ready.
Number 3. The potassium-packed scramble. When it comes to blood pressure, our attention is almost always focused on one villain: sodium, salt. We're told to cut it, watch it, and avoid it. But this is only half of the story. There's a silent hero in this fight, a mineral that's often overlooked but plays a decisive role: potassium. The core insight here isn't just about eating less salt, but about actively increasing your potassium intake. Think of sodium and potassium as two ends of a scale. The modern American diet typically loads the scale heavily on the sodium side, putting immense pressure on our cardiovascular system. Potassium is the counterbalance. The science behind it is clear and direct. First, potassium signals your kidneys to excrete more excess sodium through urine. This alone can make a significant difference. Second, and just as importantly, potassium helps to relax and soothe the walls of your blood vessels. Imagine a garden hose that is kinked and stiff, causing the water pressure to skyrocket. Potassium helps to unkink that hose, allowing blood to flow more freely and lowering the overall pressure on the entire system. This is a direct mechanism for lowering blood pressure, one of the leading risk factors for stroke. The eggs themselves in this meal provide high-quality protein, which keeps you feeling full longer and prevents unhealthy snacking. And they also contain choline, a vital nutrient for brain health. Instead of just plain eggs, let's turn them into a potassium delivery vehicle. Whisk 2 eggs. Your secret weapon is the vegetables: a handful of fresh spinach, a few sliced mushrooms, and half a chopped tomato. All of these are excellent sources of potassium. Lightly sauté the vegetables for a minute, then pour in the eggs and scramble gently until just cooked. The most important tip: instead of reaching for the salt shaker, season your eggs with herbs like a little dill, chives, or a pinch of black pepper. This way, you get flavor without negating the benefits of the meal.
Number 4. The probiotic Greek yogurt parfait. For decades, we viewed the digestive system as simple plumbing. Food goes in, nutrients are absorbed, and waste goes out. But emerging science is revealing a much more complex and fascinating story, one with profound implications for your stroke risk.
The discovery here is the existence of the gut-heart axis, a constant, two-way communication line between the trillions of bacteria living in your gut and the health of your entire cardiovascular system. Imagine your gut as a bustling city. The good citizens are beneficial bacteria that produce compounds to help reduce inflammation and keep things running smoothly. But there are also troublemakers that can create harmful substances, promoting chronic inflammation that spreads throughout your body, including to the delicate lining of your arteries. When these troublemakers gain the upper hand, they can contribute to higher cholesterol and create an environment ripe for plaque formation. This is the direct link between what happens in your gut and the health of the blood vessels leading to your brain. This is where this breakfast comes into play. Greek yogurt is full of probiotics, the very good citizens you're sending in as reinforcements. By nurturing a healthy gut microbiome, you are helping your body create an anti-inflammatory environment from the inside out. The key here is to choose wisely. Start with a base of plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Choosing unsweetened is non-negotiable, as sugar is the preferred food for inflammatory bacteria. Greek yogurt also provides a fantastic protein boost, which helps keep you full and stabilizes blood sugar. Next, layer in berries for their fiber and antioxidants. Now for the pro tip. Add a handful of nuts like walnuts or almonds. These nuts not only provide healthy fats, but also contain compounds called plant sterols. Think of plant sterols as bouncers at a nightclub. They stand at the door of your intestines and block some dietary cholesterol from being absorbed into your bloodstream. This simple breakfast is truly a multi-layered strategy for cardiovascular protection.
Number 5. The green smoothie. As we get older, one of the biggest concerns is that our blood vessels tend to become stiffer and less flexible. This can lead to high blood pressure and reduced circulation. So what if you could drink something each morning that encourages your blood vessels to relax and become more pliable? The secret isn't in some exotic fruit, but in the deep green of leafy vegetables like spinach or kale. The discovery here is a natural compound found in these greens called dietary nitrates. This is not the same as the artificial nitrates you hear about in processed meats. When you consume nitrates from greens, your body kicks off a magical chain reaction. It converts these nitrates into a critically important molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a powerful signaling molecule, and one of its main jobs is to act as a vasodilator. In simple terms, it sends a message to the smooth muscles in your artery walls, telling them to relax and widen. This has two huge benefits for stroke prevention. First, it directly lowers blood pressure. Imagine water flowing through a narrow pipe versus a wider one. The pressure in the wider pipe is much lower. Second, it improves circulation, ensuring that your brain gets the oxygen-rich blood flow it needs to function optimally. This breakfast can be prepared in just a few minutes. In a blender, combine a large handful of spinach. Its taste is very mild and almost undetectable. Half a banana for potassium and natural sweetness, and a half cup of frozen berries for an antioxidant boost. Add a tablespoon of chia seeds for fiber and omega-3s, and about a cup of water or unsweetened milk. Now for the pro tip that elevates this smoothie from healthy to therapeutic. Add a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerhouse anti-inflammatory. However, our bodies are notoriously bad at absorbing it. To solve this, add a tiny pinch of black pepper. The piperine in black pepper has been shown to increase the body's absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. This combination turns your smoothie into a potent anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting cocktail.
I've spent over 2 decades watching patients walk into my office, some after a warning, others after a crisis. And what still strikes me is that the first signs of a stroke rarely come with pain. They come with silence. A slow buildup of chronic inflammation,
quiet damage to the arteries, and years of small choices no one ever thought twice about. But the body always remembers. That's why your breakfast tomorrow morning, and the one after that, matters more than you realize. It's not about perfection. It's about starting. One simple meal that helps clear clogged arteries. One habit that soothes inflammation before it becomes dangerous. One quiet moment when you say, "Today, I choose prevention." If this video gave you even a moment to pause and reflect, share it with someone you love. Because the right breakfast might not just change a day, it could save a life.